entire season. Ostertag 5 of 8, make it 6 of 9 from the foul line of the series. Rick Adelman in his first year as the head coach here in Sacramento. His 9th year overall as an NBA head coach. 6 years in Portland, 2 years at Golden State. Couple of free throws by Ostertag, giving Utah the early 2-point lead. Less than 2 minutes in, game 4 from the Arco Arena. Williams, what's he doing there? My goodness. That's the shot you take when the shot clock's running down, but it worked out, didn't it?
A long rebound from the long miss, and Chris Webber's Johnny on the spot to jam it back home.
First 2 points of the night for Webber. On the perimeter, on the left, it's Russell. Stockton gets knocked down. That's happened twice before in this series. Time running down on the shot clock, and a kick will be called on the Kings, so a new shot clock for Utah.
Webber wants to be a factor in this game. He fouled out with 10 points in game 3, and that time, right place, right time. Vlade Divac's one of the best passing big men in all of basketball, finds him open underneath.
Stockton, top of the circle, gets the high screen from Ostertag, and now on the switch gives to Malone with the left. The mailman, averaging 25 points per game in the series. He's the 3rd leading scorer in the playoffs entering tonight's play. The give and go, then the kick out to Williamson.
Nice play by Malone with the left-handed driving layup down the lane, and the Kings come right back with good ball movement, leaving Williamson open on the baseline for the easy 10-11-footer.
Now on the screen, Stockton wide open, can't get it to go. Rebound on a hop to Abdul Wahad. Looks for Williams. Instead goes to Williamson on the low block, and he feeds Divac. Vlade Divac with his first 2 of the evening off the beautiful feed from Corliss Williamson.
Couldn't describe it any better. Old-fashioned basketball, cut to the basket. Somebody will find you if you break open. That's exactly what happened last time.
On the left, Russell. Got it. First 2 points of the evening for Russell. So we played nearly 4 minutes and we're all tied at 8. Lob pass inside, and as Webber tries to cut to the hole, Russell will be called for the foul.
Watch this again. Great foul movement. Williamson draws the double. Nice bounce pass. That's the only way he could get it in there. Corliss Williamson finding Vlade Divac, and now Rick Adelman complaining a little bit, as is this Arco Arena crowd.
Evidently, they're going to call the foul
on Chris Webber. Loose ball foul, a lob attempt. Seemed like both players going for the basketball that time.
This is Malone. Hands to Stockton. Boy, the Jazz are screening Jason Williams to death in the first 4 minutes. Here's Williams in transition when he's at his best, and he'll be called for a travel.
Well, didn't know what he wanted to do with it that time, and sometimes when you make spectacular plays like that, you go in the air not really knowing what you're going to do. That time he didn't know what he was going to do when he came down, and that's traveling.
One thing Williams did in Game 3 is he sent John Stockton flying on a 2-on-1 Utah fast break. Hornacek with the basket, and the foul away from the ball will be called on Karl Malone, his first. Count the hoop for Hornacek, his first of the night.
Well, Jazz known for throwing some elbows, these veteran players, and Karl Malone with that big left arm just sent Vlade flying, and that is a foul against the mailman.
But Eric, it's been the Kings that have been doing most of the physical work, sending people flying in this area.
They have matched them, more than matched them in this series, and it looks like early on the Jazz are ready to respond with some physical play of their own.
Webber down low, works on Malone. He's doubled, passes out of it. Good look from Williams to Williamson. Better look to Webber. Outstanding ball movement by the Kings. Webber has 4. We're tied at 10, nearly 5 minutes in. This is Malone shooting over Divac, and on the rebound, it's controlled by Sacramento. 3-on-3. Williams, the crossover dribble, and Divac is hammered.
Boy, the way they are really hitting each other, some fists may fly in this one before too long. They are really playing hard basketball. Watch extra passes here. Weber outside. Williams inside. Williamson inside again. See Webb, only about a 3-footer. He'll hit that one every time.
Plenty of excitement in the early going between the upstart Kings and the veteran Jazz in Sacramento. ESPN. A look at Chris Webber, who is one of only 5 players on the Kings, Eric, who had any playoff experience prior to this series.
That's right, and there's another one, Vlade. They've adopted the nickname for him, Vladdy Dottie. He likes to party, and I tell you what, he hit some big shots at the end of Game 3, and of course in the overtime period over Karl Malone, a couple of big hook shots in the lane, and he has just been huge the last few games of this series.
Divot's now 15 of 17 from the line in the series. He's got 4 points. It's a 2-point Sacramento lead. As Stockton goes, he loses his footing. Crowd wanted to travel. Now on the switch inside. Ostertag missed the dunk. To Hornacek for 3. Got it.
Now what a way to recover. Ostertag inside. I don't know how you miss him like that, but he thanks God above for Hornacek, who fires in the 3 out top.
And Divac goes right around Ostertag, who's forced to foul him.
Stockton bumped again a little bit by Williams, and a reach in there. That's going to be a walk, but it wasn't called. Ball eventually gets inside to Ostertag, who misses the dunk, but it goes out to Hornacek, who knocks down the 3.
Down low once again. Divac inside to Abdul Wahad, who made Hornacek look silly.
They really feel confident that they can do what they want to inside against a Utah Jazz team that notably can be very physical in there.
Now Stockton is repeatedly beating Jason Williams off the dribble. He's got 4.
You're not going to keep this guy down for the whole series. Last 2 or 3 years, we've been talking about him looking older, somebody taking advantage of him for a couple of games. I guess the point there is only a couple of games. Very rarely for an entire series.
Once again, they're going to work on Ostertag. Divac's pass deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Kings. We are at the Arco Arena in Sacramento, California. It's the NBA on ESPN. Game 4, best of 5 opening round series in the Western Conference. Sacramento leads Utah 2-1. I'm Bob Picozzi along with Eric Clemens. Glad you could join us for the second half of our playoff doubleheader tonight. Russell with the miss, and on the rebound, Russell will be called for the foul.
And that's a good call. Russell had a good open look from beyond the arc out on the near side, missed it, went aggressively after the rebound, but Chris Webber was there. And here's a guy who has really come up huge, especially in the last game. Howard Isley coming off the bench for 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Even though Stockton has struggled, they've gotten great production, have the Jazz out of the point guard position this series, averaging about 25, 26 points a game, 8 or 9 rebounds, and 8 or 9 assists. And here are the success of the Kings at blue defense. Stop the pick and roll, be very physical, limit John Stockton's penetration. He's generally one of the few Jazz guys that does penetrate it